Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Got beadlocks. Yes. So I thought while we're here and talking, I might as well put these things together. Never done this before, so this should be interesting. Got these beadlocks in from Banggood at a really good price, actually. Can't remember exactly what I paid, but I think it was like, I don't know. The link will be in the video description, and you can get the price on them. That's pretty cool. No holes drilled through these. This could be interesting. Usually you get air holes, right? Well, okay. Let's find out what we need here. So I ordered more mod parts today too, which was kind of like, you know, it's a me thing. I'm addicted. I'm still waiting for a bunch of mod parts to come in as well. But thought, okay, well, these came in today. I was kind of hoping my metal bumper mounts would have shown, but I guess that'll be tomorrow. And I'm still waiting for an ESC and motor for my HSP truck, because that was a new one that I had to get because the one I did have cooked. So I ordered a different brand and higher amperage and all that jazz, but that should be in apparently Wednesday, I guess. And I'm waiting for other piles of parts that are still on their way and ordering more as I can and all that jazz. I'm going a little crazy with the TRX4. And I'm happy about it. You know, it makes me happy. I'm having a lot of fun with this truck and doing a lot of upgrades to it. And it's nice to be able to do it at the same time, so it's kind of cool. So there's a few screws here. That's one ring off. Center ring. It doesn't matter what direction it goes in, it's the same on both sides. Okay, so that doesn't matter. So now we got to take this one off. When I first saw these, I thought, man, that's a pile of screws on the outside. I hope I don't have to take those out. Then I started looking more at the pictures. I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I'll get lucky. And you never know. So it is kind of handy that we only have to remove 12 screws. I remember doing this with my buddy Jordan from Jables Outdoors. Check out his channel. Check out my wife's channel too, Susan Millard. She's got a lot of RC stuff on there and other jazz too. Jordan's also a fellow trail trucker and SCX-10 addict and whatnot, so okay. Do we have to remove that? Or do we actually have to Well, that's interesting. So we didn't have to remove that center piece. Okay, I guess we'll put that back in. Like I said, I've never actually done this myself. This is my first time. And they're not always all the same either, so. Okay, this is getting a little finicky. Well, we are both learning something new here today. Okay. That's gonna stay? Good. Okay, so I guess the trick to this is don't push down so tight like that. Now, we are going to have to rotate these down a little bit at a time each to keep it from squishing too far and so the tire doesn't come out of the lock. These are not directional tires. There's no labeling on them either, so that actually kind of helps. If you buy directional tires where there's labeling on them, you can have the labeling show, or you can just leave the labeling on the outside. It's kind of up to you. It's kind of like real cars. You can choose which side of the tire. But as far as directional wise, as far as tread goes, these are not tread directional tires. So it doesn't matter which way they go as far as lining up treads. So that's actually makes your life a little simpler in that sense. But it's the tread design. So now we got those on. So I guess it's only just the 6 screws that we have to worry about. Okay, that one's locked. Oh, we didn't. See, this is mistake number 1 when you're really not, never done this before. We did not put the collar inside. So, anybody who says, "Man, you're such a noob," don't bother. I'll delete your comment. Okay? No getting rude. This is my first time doing this. Everybody makes your mistakes. Anybody who's ever done this for their first time is a noob. So we all share the same level there. Okay, so that's going to go in there. Yep. There we go. So that, yeah, I guess that's just going to sit in kind of just like that. I'm only going to do one, okay? Otherwise it'll be too long of a video. So I'm going to take it easy on you guys today and just do one of these things. And we're learning from mistakes as we go, which is kind of cool. It's almost like having built-in blooper reel. But I ordered these in for my tactical. There's a lot of choices of rims, like way too many choices I think, but there's also a lot of differences in prices, and I'm kind of thinking like, how much am I really willing to spend, but at the same time I want some decent quality. And I found these at Banggood, and Banggood was actually cheaper than a few other places I was looking at for the same sort of style. So I thought, well, I guess we're going to go with Banggoody, because I've ordered a lot of stuff from Banggood over the years. I've had very few problems at all with the company. And any problems I have had were resolved, you know. So that's actually a good thing, you know. We like it when companies, you know, stand behind their business. And shipping, by the way, was actually really good. Banggood is actually getting quite quick on their shipping nowadays, especially now that a lot of their products no longer have free shipping, but your shipping could be anywhere from literally, and I'm not kidding you, 3 cents to a couple of bucks. So that's actually really good. I'm going through these a couple of times just to make sure they're all snugged up nice and tight. You don't want to over reef them though. But, okay, so now I've got to put that centerpiece back in that we took out. Again, we learned something new here. guessing we should be able to just, well, that just sits in there. Oh, cool. I think. Okay, maybe not so cool. That should be pretty much lined up there. Once you get one in, you're usually pretty good. Alright. So, on this particular set, you only have to remove back screws. You do not have to remove these ones in the middle. I don't know why they would make, well, I guess in case something went wrong you could always order a spare inner, but, or change your innards, I don't know. Don't know why they did it this way, but either way, it's kind of cool. Now, what's the deal on these? These are, those are rattling. Why are they rattling? Oh, they're actually, oh, these are actually threaded in. We don't need to remove this ring. So why would they? No, there, it's in there. I'd really hate to find out later if I actually have to remove this outer ring, guys. These are all loose, and usually there's a reason behind them being loose. But I can't see having to remove this ring, because then you'd be putting the screw right through the rubber. Okay, so that's not coming apart. No, you don't have to remove that ring. It's not coming apart. No, it's under there. It's golden. So, you don't have to remove the 18 million screws, but for some reason we have 18 million screws here. Let's take a little investigation at this one. As far as price goes, they're a great price. They seem to be good quality. You know, they got some weight to them, so that's going to add a little bit of extra weight to the truck for sure. But I am kind of a little curious about this one ring area. Here, since it doesn't take long to pull 6 screws, we'll take a good look at the next one, because it's got to come apart anyhow. Now these are metric screw heads on this one, and it's a 2mm for the back screws and the ones in the center hub. And the ones that I just went around the dial on, that used a 1.5mm. And you're going to want to snug them up, or you're obviously going to lose some screws from vibration, so make sure they're all tight. I'm going to go through them again after, but just a little curious about the lip on this thing. No, your tire lip is going to sit right in there fine. And the amount of actual lip that is on this part, this is what we want to know. Yeah, that's the same amount of holding lip. So you do not have to take off these 18 million screws, but you're going to have to tighten them if they're loose. And yep, I got to do it on all of them. I really don't get why they would do that, because you don't need to, because that covers. If you look at the way this covers in here, this edge lip has to sit into this lip here. So even taking all these screws out, you wouldn't go into the rubber, which is fine. So it's a ring that I guess you can swap out rings in some of these rims, because I have seen where you can buy just spare rings. So that's probably, you know, if you damaged your rim, you could just replace the ring on it on the outside if you're worried about your appearance, that sort of thing. But you do not have to take that apart. So that's actually really good, but you're going to have to tighten up all these screws. Anyway, that's enough for this video. You guys have seen how this is done. You know, but a little bit of curiosity. This is going to create a nice lock up there, so you're going to have to put this sucker in first. Get that inside. Put this in. That holds it there. And then this plate goes on like so. And I'm just going to start 2 screws. If I can get it to line up. Might help if we have the right. There's one. And there's number 2. And you just keep going. So now these are going to keep water out of your tires, which is awesome. So no holes drilled at all into these rings. So these particular rings will definitely keep your foam dry. They're not going to leak. And it's still going to give you lots of good squishability too, which is really nice. That's actually really quite cool. That's awesome. Lots of good roll there. It's almost like having an air-filled tire, you know? So, because I remember he had holes drilled through, or he did drill the holes. I think he had holes drilled through his on Jordan's one set. So you could, you know, they would still get water in them. These are not going to let water in, so if you're going to want to go through water, not wreck your foams, get a set of these rims that the center has no holes drilled through, and voila. Anyways, I like the rims so far. I'm not going to say ciao right now. I'm going to say it'll be instant for you, because I want to mount these on the TRX after they're done, and you can see exactly what they look like with these tires too, because these are a little bit bigger diameter than what came on my TRX. So we're going to see how they look, because I did order a lift kit in as well. So anyways, instant for you. Okay guys, beadlocks are installed and on. Do not tighten these outside screws very tight. Had one that I think is slipping, but I'm kind of like not screwing with it. It's snug, so cross our fingers. But anyways, they fit great. They look sick on the truck. And now that we have another set that's actually on rims, there is very little difference. In fact, these are, looking at these from the side, they're virtually identical in height. So good call on my part for the ones I ordered. Nice thing is these are going to be a lot stiffer than the stock ones, because these ones bleed air. These ones won't, but they're still really super gooey either way, so they should perform really well. Here's where you got a problem though. With the portal axles in the rear, they're a little different shape on the hubs in the back than the fronts. So the fronts have lots of clearance around the portals, but on my backs there's a little spot on the top of the portal area hub that is actually catching the rim, and it's like, oh man, that so sucks. And I had another set of extenders here, but they're not, well, basically they're the same thing. They're exactly the same, so they're not going to work. And I thought, oh man. So anyways, my wife just ordered me a set of 9mm. These are just shy of 6 mil in thickness. So she ordered me a set of 9mm, and that should give me more than enough clearance, because the 8s would do it, but it's kind of like I still want that little extra, you know. So 1mm more, so we went for 9mm. I can't remember the technical term.
Offset?
They're offsets anyways. They're the nut that goes inside here. I can't remember the technical term, but they're your locking nut, right, for your rim. Hub nut, call it, whatever. Anyways, there's plenty of thread that sticks out on the TRX4 rims, so you can put the extenders on with no hassle and still get your nuts on, so that's not a big deal. So we ordered the 9s, so 5 to 15 business days after processing time, which I think was like 1 day or something. So no big deal, a couple of weeks. So they look awesome, but they're not going to be run for a few weeks because I don't want to destroy my inside of my rims. So I'm going to have to put my stock ones back on for now. But man, these things look really good on the truck. I really like them. You know, the outsides are black, the insides are like a charcoal. Almost, well, it's not black, but it's kind of like a charcoal grayish color actually. But yeah, they look good. They all went together great. All these little tiny micros are all tight. Yeah, great looking rims. Really like these. So these are going to be sick. And these tires should do really well on the trails too. They got some pretty aggressive knobs on them, even compared to the stock ones. And we've got 1, 2, 4 lines of tread to, yeah, that's still 4 lines of tread. I think the Traxxas ones are a little more aggressive on the outside edges though. You know, for even the spacing, you know. We'll see how they work anyways, but I'm still going to order some Super Swampers eventually. But being that these things are like virtually identical in the end, it turns out, now that they're installed and they're squished right, I still ordered the metal shock towers, which is also a lift kit at the same time. So you know, unless I go to something like what do you call them, mudslingers, I guess they're called. I think they're called mudslingers. So unless I go to mudslingers, I really don't need to jack the truck up any higher, but I can if I want. Which also you could jack your rear and lower your front, and or whatever, whatever you want to do, right? Either way, I still wanted metal shock towers regardless, so it works out good. I like it. I just don't like the fact that the offset is not proper for the back, but the fronts are fine. But when I get the new ones, I'm putting them on all the way around, because this way it's, you know, equal spacing. The other advantage this is going to give too, by the way, just that couple of millimeters extra, because you're only talking like, what, 3 millimeters more width all the way around. In scale terms, that's a boatload, okay? So this is going to be more stability for the truck. So yeah, for those guys that like to go up on your angles, you're going to get a lot more stability that way, just having that extra couple of millimeters all the way around for width. And you know, if you look at where your tire sits, These things just barely stick as it is, so they're not really going to come out much against the fender flares, which is fine. You know, that's not a big issue. You know, and I kind of like a nice bit of a wide stance. Even my real car has wider than normal tires on it, which creates a lot wider stance and better control for a lot of things, especially the way I tend to drive sometimes because I'm a speed demon. But anyways, there you go. They're installed. I personally think they look awesome. Let me know what you guys think. We're still waiting for a lot more mod parts, like I said. I ordered more today. My wife just ordered me the pieces that I need to fix this. And they just call them a widen adapter widening kit, is what they call them. So check out Banggood for that. Just type in TRX4 in the search engine at Banggood, and you'll see the ones that I'm talking about. You know, they're, and we got the 9mm in the black, and they only costed like $16.06, and I guess there was is that with shipping or?
Yeah, shipping was for something.
So base price was $11.59, but under $17 Canadian with shipping, and that's going to give me an extra 3mm all the way around, which is what I need to get my proper spacing to for the wheels at the back. So, but like I said, I'm doing all four, so what the heck. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll catch you later.